Good morning!
Magandang umaga!
And welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Tuesday. I believe it's Tuesday. It is Tuesday. And we've been up bright and early this morning. We went to a nursery in Rosario and we picked up some stuff for the yard. Remember yesterday we went to another nursery and we picked up some items for the planters. The planters are going to be done today. And actually this morning. And I also picked up some of these, I think these are called golden palms. A special variety of palms. They grow a little bit slower, and we're going to put those up around the front yard as well today. I got 4 bags of the carbonized rice hull. We're going to add that to all the mixture so we have some really good, nice soil for these plants to grow. Well, anyway, we're going to get today started. We have a great program for you today. Not only are we going to do gardening today, we are also going to do a recipe, a special recipe Ness and I are going to put together. And there's going to be a twist to this because Ness usually cooks this, but she's going to teach me to teach you how to do this. It's an ethnic recipe from the Far East here, and we'll get into that later in today's episode. Well, let's go ahead and get today's episode started. So, without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Well, now what I plan on doing today is those carbonized rice hull bags over there that are full of carbonized rice hull material. I plan on putting some of that and mixing it with this soil that's inside the planters. Right now there's not a lot of nutrient. It has some organic nutrient inside, but we're going to add a little bit more. I even bought some peat, but peat is probably better. Well, I didn't buy peat from these guys. I found peat yesterday in the market in Padre Garcia. Now, peat's kind of expensive over here. It's not nearly as inexpensive as it is in the U.S. You can go to any home building supply store like Lowe's or Home Depot, and they have that in stock all the time, and it's really not that expensive. But for some reason in the Philippines it's expensive because I believe it is imported. Well, at least the merchant that I bought mine from yesterday said it comes in from Germany. But it looks like good quality peat moss, sphagnum peat moss. And what we'll do is we'll take that and we'll use that inside the vegetable garden. It's really good for helping preserve water inside the soil. And we're going to need that over in the garden, the raised bed garden, because it has direct sunlight above it all day long. And that's one of the reasons why I put the mahogany mulch on the top of it to help retain some of that water content and doesn't dry off so fast. We might put a little bit of that inside. We might make our own mixture up. Some of the carbonized rice hull and a little bit of the peat. So we'll see. But we're going to mix this up probably about halfway down. We'll do a really good mixture. And we'll go ahead and put both of the Eugenia plants, the shrubs like you see down there. We'll put those in both of these planters here. Okay, well, it is 4 o'clock, and I gotta tell you, I am bushed. Literally, the bushes are inside the plant pots, the palms are in the ground, the little bushes are in the ground as well. It might not look like that was a lot of work with the time-lapse videography, but that was a lot of work because you got to realize I started in the morning and it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon right now. Didn't do anything with the water upstairs in the master bathroom. I'm doing some testing. I'm doing one of these isolation kind of things where I'm turning off the hot water and seeing with the water, the cold water pressurized, if it looks like it's leaking more, or and I'm doing it in reverse. I'm turning off the cold water and leaving the hot water on and trying to see if it's up, because the hot water comes from the roof down and the cold water comes from the slab up. So I might be able to minimize the amount of destruction that I have to do with the wall if I can identify which one of the pipes are leaking. So that's what I'm doing right now with that. Not a big priority. We have the bathroom on the first floor that we can use. We just can't use water on the second floor right now. Well, anyway, before I go on to the next step, which is Ness and I, we're going to show you how to make a really neat Korean recipe here in just a little bit. If you like Korean food, we got one of the best ones that you will make your mouth water, and it's hot. If you like hot and spicy kind of things, we do here. You're going to really enjoy this dish. Well, anyway, before I go in there, I got to get a shower and then help her inside there with the meal. I have a couple of birthday shout outs. Now, if you send in a birthday shout out or an anniversary shout out, do me a favor, give me some details. Don't just say it's my birthday. It's more interesting to know a little bit more fun facts about you. Now, I have 2 belated birthday shout outs for yesterday, November 19th. They came in late. Not my fault. I read them last night, so I'm going to put them in today's birthday shout out. Well, anyway, the first one is for Masha DeBau's husband, and his name is Ralph DeBau. And anyway, I did get one detail about the two. The couple are going to be building in Bataan. And the next one is for Jericho Sales. And anyway, to Jericho and Ralph, I want to wish both of you a happy birthday. Well, before I go inside and prepare for the Korean recipe that Ness and I are going to present to you, I just kind of want to show you what I did today. We're going to do a wrap up on the outside because when we get inside, it's probably going to be dark when we start doing the cooking, and you won't be able to see any of this out here. So let's take a look at the plants that went into the ground today. Okay, first off, we have 2 of the golden palms. This one over here and this one over here. And what I did was I bordered them with a couple of, I forgot what they call these. I'm going to have to ask the gentleman at the nursery again what's the name of these 2 bushes. But I thought they were really nice looking. They don't grow overly big, he said. They're easy to trim. And we'll put some other accompaniments that will blend some color in with the green here as well. And here's the second one. I'm gonna have to pull out Mary Ann. I let Mary Ann loose in the yard and she broke the pepper plant over here, so we got it on a crutch right now. I'm not sure how much longer it's gonna last, and all the peppers are falling off anyway. So anyway, here is the second one. Here is the golden palm and the 2 shrubs. Now, it would have been much better. I should have gotten 4 of these shrubs right here, and I put 2 together here to make it bushier and 2 together here to make it bushier. And we could have put something real nice in the center, and I still might do that later on. Well, let's take a look back here at the 2 plants in the planter. Now back here we got 2 of the eugenias, this one right here and this one here. I'm hoping that they will get wide. I want them to be wide. We'll trim them. We don't want them real high. We want them wide, and we want it to be more like an ornamental. I wanted the ficus, but I got to thinking the ficus will grow really big. You can trim it down as well. You can shape the ficus. I don't know if the eugenia will get as big round as I would like it to. Good thing about plants, if you don't like them, you can always change them out. You can move them from one place to another, just as long as they're not too big, and we'll keep an eye on these as well. So I like it right now. Goofy dog. Oh, Goofy dog's gonna knock me down. Well, anyway, the leftover, and I bought some extra of the carbonized rice hull. I have 2 full bags and a partial bag here, and I have the peat And what I'm going to do, all of this is going inside the raised bed. We're going to make this very rich. We're going to move the mahogany mulch out of the way, mix all this other stuff inside to make the soil very rich for the vegetables that we're going to be planting in here fairly soon. So that's a project, I don't know, tomorrow, the next day, we'll see. Now, as promised, we're going to get into our recipe how-to meal in just a moment here. But before we do, it was something I forgot to bring up in yesterday's video that happened the day before yesterday on Sunday. You remember the Korean blind company, the representative, the tech came out here on Sunday and he installed the Korean blinds here in the great room and also upstairs in the second floor in the master bedroom on those French doors. I want to show you those real quick, and I'll show you him doing a little bit of the installation. I captured a little bit of that. Now these blinds have a really long, if you can see this one right here, this little mechanism goes all the way to those hard to reach areas that are extremely high up there. Would be very difficult. You'd have to use a ladder each time. So they provide the extra long chain, basically. It's like a bead chain that goes all the way up to the zebra blind up there, and this one is a shorter one right here. What I asked them to do, I asked them to put the small for the window on the bottom. I asked them to put the chain to the left, and I asked them to put the chain on the right so it's closer to the stone wall and doesn't sit right in the middle of the regular painted wall there. And this way you wouldn't get them confused if they were both on the right, if you had four little things here. So you have this one for up there and this one for this one as well. Now let's walk upstairs real quick and go look at the one that's up on the second floor in the master bedroom on the French doors. Now up here on the second floor, we have blinds now for the French doors. And these are the same zebra blinds. They're all the same. I like the color, and these are all where you can pull them up like this, and you have visibility, a little bit of shade, but a lot of shade when they're closed all the way. Remember, this is the west wall. The sun sets over there, and this room would get a little bit more heat if it did not have the blinds inside here. Now, these windows over here, I had Noel, who did the installation, had him do the measurements. They're going to give me the quote, and we're going to do three. We're going to do one and one on the end, 1, 2, and then we're going to do, for this section right here, it's going to be another blind on its own. This way we can work them independently of each other. If we want the two on the outside, for a little bit closure and have more privacy and have a little bit of or a lot of breeze, which it's breezy outside right now. We got a lot of breeze coming through this screen that we have right here. So we're going to get the quote on that, and when they do the installation, we'll show you the installation of these blinds as well. All right, now what you've been waiting for, we're going to put a twist. I told you in some of the earlier videos, we're going to start doing some cooking. A lot of the cooking, once we get our garden up, it's going to be garden to stovetop to table. But today, it's going to be one of our favorites, since we don't have anything in the garden yet. Today, what we're going to do is one of our favorites. One of our favorite ethnic meals is Korean. We love Korean food.
Spicy beef soup.
Spicy beef soup. Spicy beef soup. Now, we lived in Korea about 8 years, and we really came to like a lot of the foods over there. We like that spicy taste. There's a lot of stuff that uses the red pepper paste inside. And a favorite, if you've never eaten Korean food and you want to just break your teeth on it, is something like bulgogi. Bulgogi isn't spicy at all, but it's more of like if you live in North America or even in Europe, and or Australia, or New Zealand, and you like beef. You like beef. Bulgogi is one of the things. It's kind of if you like sesame seeds and garlic and soy sauce and beef, you'll like that. Then try some of the spicier stuff as you go along. Well, anyway, today the recipe is going to be spicy beef soup, and I'm going to let Ness show you the ingredients, and then she is going to instruct me how to do it. So you're watching me cooking, but she'll be doing all the talking, and I'll be doing all the cooking. All right, Ness, so what do we have here for ingredients?
All right, we have bean sprout, about 2 cups. We have mushrooms. We prefer the fresh mushrooms, but we couldn't find it. So
canned. So we have canned mushrooms,
mushrooms.
as a substitute. It'll work.
And we have onion leeks. We have beef cubes, about half kilo, and then the gochujang, which is the hot pepper paste, and we have the soup base.
And the soup base is probably something that's like a broth.
A broth, anything like
probably more a beef broth would be
yeah.
probably a good substitute
Okay.
if you can't find this. And for spices,
and we have salt and pepper, and if warning, we like we will put a little bit of Ajinomoto,
which is MSG. So for those of you who are health conscious, you might want to substitute something else for the MSG.
or none at all.
We're not going to use too much of it though. And what is that?
You don't have to
Is that chili flakes?
And chili flakes, if you prefer. We love our soup really, really spicy. So
now, before we get started with putting all of the ingredients together and start doing the cooking, something I want to mention is, and I mentioned it before, the beef in the Philippines, it's pretty tough if you go to the grocery store. So if you're cooking in the U.S., there's one way, or when I say the U.S., if you cook any place that you normally buy tender beef direct from the market, you're going to cook a different way than we're cooking the beef here. Today, what we're going to do, we're going to use a pressure cooker. The pressure cooker, that is the secret. Ness learned the secret ingredient to getting tender beef inside the Philippines is taking your beef and cooking it in a pressure cooker prior to adding it to the rest of your food. So we're going to do that. We're going to use the pressure cooker so we can have the meat where it like falls apart, very, very tender. But normally when you cook it in the U.S.,
cook it, you have to stew it for 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours, just in a regular pot, though.
Yeah, 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, a regular pot you would use to do the beef in the U.S. I remember watching her do this, and she just kind of boils everything down. It goes down low.
To make it tender, because you're gonna pull them apart.
Yeah, do you do it on a medium heat or a high heat or a low heat when you cook it? You just boil it down. So it'd be a high heat. the beef when you boil everything down. But today we're going to use a pressure cooker, and it's going to make things more tender, and it's going to get done a lot faster. Okay, so what we're going to do, what we were talking about earlier, in the pressure cooker, we're going to put the beef inside the pressure cooker. Are you going to season it first?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll do some seasoning. Ness will show me what to do for the seasoning. Now, again, if you were doing this in a place where you have tender meat to begin with, you're going to put everything inside your pot, and you're going to and how much when you cook this inside the pot? How much water?
This is about 10 cups.
About 10 cups.
Yes.
About 10 cups of water in a big stew pot like this one right here. You season it and then put it in there?
Yeah.
And so you would season it, and you would do, and she said about 2 hours?
Until it's tender.
Until it's tender. Okay, and then I think this procedure is going to take 20 minutes?
20 minutes.
About 20 minutes inside the pressure cooker, what would take 2 hours, approximately 2 hours inside the pot. All right, so how do we season this?
Okay, salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. How much salt and pepper? Is this the
a
one
lot.
where you said I have to take because it's so sticky inside?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Oh, in the Philippines, your salt is going to be like caked up, and some people put rice inside, but
This color.
But she says it this color. So okay, so we're gonna start with this, and how much? How much?
Just a lot.
No.
A lot. Okay. More.
Okay.
Touch the meat.
I gotta touch the meat.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got to mix it.
I did just wash my hands, so I'm good to go on that.
And then put this.
Okay, so is
then
that enough?
after
Is that enough? And then we'll mix
Yeah,
that in?
okay.
Okay, that's enough. So it looked like about 2 teaspoons or something like that of salt, and then pepper. It's pepper. The pepper's good, right? Oh yeah, it comes out fine. I like lots of pepper.
Okay, and then mix it so that.
And probably about maybe half a teaspoon of pepper, something like that. And then mix it all in there. All right. Now I think when we bought this at SM Supermarket, I think it said beef cube, right?
Cubes.
I think in the U.S., if you buy in the U.S., I think it might say beef stew. I think it's beef stew, right? I don't think it's called beef cube.
Yeah, I actually buy blocks of beef, and then I just cut it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What
want
cut?
one.
What's the name of it? Do you know what the name of the cut is? Huh? You don't know. You just buy a big block of beef.
And one with fat, because we love fat.
You love fat. You love fat. Okay. All right. Okay. So I think that's good. I think it's all pretty seasoned. And put it all inside of here.
Yeah.
All right. And then what?
And put a little, some
wa-
water.
From you want
From
this
here,
water?
yeah,
From that
yeah,
water?
from
All right.
that
I'm gonna wash my hands. Just to
top-
cover.
Yeah, just to cover the meat.
So Ness said put enough water in there to just cover
Because
the top of the beef inside the pressure cooker.
We'll be needing the soup also later.
The broth? The broth?
Ah, put
okay.
it back. Okay.
All right,
that's
good.
fine.
All right. So then we're going to transfer this into the pressure cooker. There's a trick to it, right? Oh, is that the trick?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's the trick, right? For the steam?
Yeah,
Right.
it should be loose.
Okay. Okay, so now the beef it's tender from the pressure cooker, and this was about 20 minutes, anywhere between 20 and 30 minutes. Okay, we're going to take this out of the pressure cooker, then we're going to cut it up into some smaller pieces on the cutting board. Now don't forget to save that broth inside there. We're going to use that later on. Okay.
You know how to do that, right?
I have no idea. How do we do it?
Yeah,
Just
cut it
like this?
Get it by the yes.
Like kind of shred it?
Yeah, shred it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You don't. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to take that broth that the beef slow cooked in, actually not slow cooked, fast cooked in, and we're going to add it to the original water that was inside the pot, And we're gonna put the burner on high. We have it on 8 on the electric stove here. And this is gonna come to a boil.
And then you're gonna add that meat to the pot and we let it boil. Yeah, and next you're gonna take that pot, you're gonna put these 2 ingredients. Yes.
The bean sprouts?
Yes.
Drop the bean sprouts in here, okay.
A pot or a bigger bowl.
Okay.
This one.
And then the mushrooms?
Yes. And then salt and pepper. Just a little. One more.
One more?
Oh, okay. And
then pepper.
yes. And then here.
And the secret ingredient.
No. No. Okay, take 1 tablespoon.
Okay, 1.
1 tablespoon first.
Okay.
All right. Not enough. Take 1 again.
Another one?
Yeah. And then, all right. Yeah, mix. All right, add 1 teaspoon of the soup base. Or if you have dashi, it's much better.
Stir.
Then stir.
Okay, now this has been boiling for about 15 minutes and it's getting even more tender. The beef is getting even more tender. We're going to take this and put it in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Careful. Then add 1 more tablespoon of the
This is a tablespoon. Tablespoon?
yeah, tablespoon.
And continue to boil.
Put more.
All right, Ness said put about a quarter teaspoon of MSG. So we're gonna put some inside here.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. I just tasted the broth. The broth is perfect, but she wants to put some MSG inside. So if you don't use MSG and you want to stay healthy, not have high blood pressure, don't put the MSG in. But she wants it. Oh, guess who has high blood pressure in the family? All right, so this has been cooking for about 30 minutes on boil, and that's the color you want to look for, is that right there, that good consistency. Now we're going to take half of the onion leeks right here.
Half only.
Half only. Okay, we're going to put about half of these.
Okay, a little bit more.
A little bit more. Okay.
Because the rest will be for garnish.
Yeah, just for garnish. Okay.
Oh,
So we're going to put about half in there. And we're going to save this aside for garnish on the top when we put the spiced beef soup inside our bowl. And just let it boil for 2 or 3 minutes with the onion leeks inside there, and then it's ready to serve. Okay, well that's about it. It's ready. The spiced beef soup with the side accompaniment of some white rice and a must, kimchi, right? You gotta have some kimchi if you're having spicy beef. You need a lot of spicy palate to be able to take this meal right here. And then and that's about it. So bon appetit. Huh?
Good job, babes. How is it? Good job, babes.
Well, that's going to be it for today's episode on My PI Dream. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you like the recipe, the DIY, how to cook this and how to cook that episode that you saw today, we're planning on doing more of this. Let us know if you enjoyed it and if you would like to see more of these kind of episodes. We'll be doing more of it probably once the house gets everything done around here. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Some more. What was the plans? Oh, we have a visitor tomorrow. I think one of our neighbors who's building right across the street. Who's been? I think she's been on a video before. She's coming to visit. I'm going to continue to troubleshoot the water issue up on the second floor. And what else is planned for tomorrow? I'm not really sure. Whatever comes up. Remember, there is still a lot of unresolved construction projects that need to be done. So we'll play it by ear. Well, anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, please give us a thumbs up. Please share. And if you haven't subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right-hand side of your screen. You will be subscribed and you'll be notified the next time we upload a new video. So until such time, you have a wonderful and blessed day.